good. Howdy all. We're coming at you from our massive new caravan. Look at it. It's huge. We've even got a massive couch on it. It's freaking... How cool is this couch,
It
mate?
even comes with a family and a dog, which you will probably hear barking throughout this episode.
Yeah, it's a little different episode. We're actually sitting in a house at the moment, so it's actually... This is really cool. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, we did tell you last week, well, Chris told you last week that we would film at the titanium factory, and I wasn't quite sure how that would pan out, and I'll tell you how it panned out. We cleaned all day, and we were working all day, and then we came back to the house, and we're like, oh, we should probably film here.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, we did the whole hightail from the Kimberley, 4,000 kilometres all the way down to Melbourne. So to pick up our new caravan, we're super excited. That is next weekend on the 23rd at the new Titanium dealership.
Yes.
We're absolutely pumped. We have seen it, and...
It's not finished yet. It's looking amazing, but...
How amazing is it?
Yeah, do not ask for any sneak pics, because we're not sharing anything,
You
but it is...
wait till you see this caravan.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, jaw-dropping...
It's literally next level. It is tough as and...
Anywho, that's not... We're off topic.
Luxury. All right.
We're off topic, but that's why
Question
we're in
time.
a house.
Question
we're in
time.
Melbourne, and yes, it's much colder.
Yeah. Yes, much colder, by the way. When we got here, it was 11 degrees tops.
And blowing a gale. The whole truck and the van was like... Phew.
Yep. So this is a follow-on from last week's episode, last Wednesday. We had overwhelming questions. There was just so many.
We received enough to do 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So if your question was not answered last week, it will either be answered this week or next week, because we do still have enough.
Do we still have some for next week too?
Yeah, we do. We have enough for next week as well.
Okay, we're not asking you guys again, so... All right, let's get straight into it, eh?
Yeah, okay.
Question number 1. As you know, I don't even know what the questions are.
He doesn't know the questions, and I like to
Yeah.
ask Chris first, and then lucky me, I get to ask myself
Was
my
the
own
camera
questions.
moving when I'm wiggling it?
It is, so take your feet off the table, you brought.
Okay, Mum.
Respect other people's house rules. Okay, Christopher, question number 1 for you is, what 4x4 would you buy if you towed a lightweight van, no American trucks allowed?
Oh, man.
How is that even hard for you?
It'd be... I'm a Toyota man. I used to have Hiluxes. I'm a Toyota man through and through. In saying that, though, I think the Isuzu is an absolute cracker. I think, the Isuzu motors and everything are amazing in them. So I think it would be...
You've always said
I
Hilux
wouldn't
D-Max.
do a 200 or a 300 or a Y62. I like my utes with a canopy. Yeah, I think it would either probably be a Hilux or a D-Max.
We loved our Hiluxes.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, they're unreal. That's what I do. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, what extra security do you have, van and car? That's an easy one.
Extra security? I have you.
Bit of a bone of contention. I like the extra security. Chris doesn't, so we don't have anything.
Yeah, actually.
We have no extra security. Not even a baseball bat.
So if you're camping near us and you want to steal something, I think
right
it's
ahead.
going to be pretty easy. I don't have any added security. We do have a tracker on the truck.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And we'll probably put a tracker on the new caravan as well, just for peace of
And
mind.
an immobiliser, because don't we have to have one on the truck?
Yeah. Well, it comes with a mobilizer. It's
comes with it.
alarmed, but no added extra. No.
That's actually a real bone of contention, because there was supposed to be things going on the new van that I wanted that are currently not on there, and I didn't remember until now. Anyway,
Miriam always wants a lot.
we'll move on to the next question. What's the price and wait time of vehicle? I'm assuming that is the Silverado 2500 HD.
Are you talking the way it is now?
Yes, right now, what is the price and wait time of...
The new one?
Well, you can only get the 2024.
I think you can only get the 2024s now. They've stopped the production of the 2023s. You can't...
This is a Silverado, the
HDs?
HD truck. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to put an order in now, it will be a 2024 model, and I believe it's March, April next year when the first ones will start coming out. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is around then. But in saying that, orders for 2024s have been going for months and months, so it could be blown way out. The demand for these things are out of control at the moment. It's crazy. Really
and I
cool.
do believe, does the price vary according to the dealers, or is it the same across the board?
Well. Maybe. I think you guys on the West will probably be paying a little bit more. There's freight and everything involved in it, so I don't know exactly.
What's a rough price? Just say you were to order a
we don't know.
2024 through Llewellyn's.
Don't know. We don't know. Don't know what the price is. I don't even think them guys have prices yet. So.
Well, if the dealers don't know, we don't know.
No, that's right. We got the first bit of information a couple of weeks ago on it anyway.
Yeah.
But we're not going to show you yet. But we're excited.
Not that information.
No, not pricing.
Okay, question number 4 is, would Chris recommend the Chevy as a daily and as a tourer? Currently got a Y62 for both, but the Chev, love hard eyes.
It's a daily driver for me. It doesn't worry me at all because I'm so used to it. I think it's just something you get used to. We're in Melbourne at the moment.
Let me just specify. standard, they are not that hard to park or drive. Ours is not standard.
No.
Ours is massive. Ours doesn't fit under anything. When we're back in the Gold Coast, I have driven the normal HD with nothing done to it as a daily and have been fine with that. So let's just specify that as a standard vehicle is nothing like ours.
They're stunning to drive. They're super light. They're comfortable. They're beautiful to drive. So don't be afraid. And they've got so many camera views on it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. They're beautiful. 100% a daily driver. I'm not, even my one being so big, doesn't worry me at all. We're in Melbourne at the moment. I've got to go to the CBD in it. I do it.
He would.
Doesn't worry me in the slightest. And I've said this, and I say it to so many people, even if I lived in the middle of a major city, Sydney, Melbourne, whatever, I'd still have a HD truck.
Not Sydney. We had very bad experiences in Bondi with our truck.
No,
we don't fit in Bondi.
There's a couple little streets here.
But as a daily, they're okay. But coming from, this is me driving it, who doesn't drive them all the time. The one thing you notice is when you are in a car park, you will either hang out the front or the back.
Yeah.
You don't fit in car parks.
Just
most of them.
Yeah, just find a good park.
Find good
Generally,
spots.
I park out the back a little bit more, or where there's a lot more free spots, and it's easier. But don't be afraid.
Not a problem at all. Hey, Chris.
And get one.
Get one.
Hey,
Chris, how do you go in smaller... This is all about the truck. How do you go in smaller towns getting into servos for fuel with such a big rig and then possibly dodgy fuel in remote locations?
Dodgy fuel, never had it.
Only in the highlights.
Never,
ones.
ever have I had dodgy fuel. So I'm not too concerned about that. I try to stick to major brand fuels, BP, Shells, all that type of stuff.
Doesn't always happen in the Outback though, does it?
No. With the van on, you have to pick your service stations. It's that simple. You just... Yeah, you can see if you're going to get a good getting into it or exiting out of it. Yeah, just judge it. I never really had a problem. I don't really have a problem with it. I'll just manoeuvre into them if I need to. But just pick your servos. It's,
and if you can't pick servos, there have been plenty of places that we've gone to, and Chris is like, "Are you serious? I have to go there," and he has to go there.
Yeah, and I have to go there.
You literally just have to do it, and because he's so good and experienced at the big setup that we've got,
did you just give me a compliment?
Dude, I do it all the time. When it comes to parking, reversing, manoeuvring.
She calls me dude all the time too.
The huge setup. He is like, I've never seen anyone like it. He's very, very good with that. So
can you say I'm good again?
You're very good at that. So when it comes to Chris's advice, ignore it if you're not as experienced as he is, because he assumes that everyone is like him.
Oh, look, no.
And those of us that can't do it really can't do it.
I just think there's no point stressing about something. Just throw yourself in the deep end and give it a shot. It's the only way you're going to learn to do something is by giving it a red hot crack. If it doesn't work, just go on and get in a better frame of mind and do it again.
You should have seen me giving it a red hot crack going across, was it Ivanhoe Crossing? Is it Ivanhoe with all the water?
No, it was a Pentecost.
Oh, when we went...
Oh, the Ivanhoe crossing. No, she did do it.
I did the Ivanhoe like 4 times, and going across the water was fine. But once you go across the water, you've got to go and do U-turns and turn around. He's like, turn. No, you're going to hit the pole. No, you're going to drop the back off the edge. And I'm just like, oh gosh, can you...
Trying to teach people, if you're going to do a U-turn, obviously you got to come around as wide as you can. And as you start turning, just... basically hug the full external of that corner as wide as you can so you don't...
You've got to not hit what's at the front. You've also got to not hit what's at the back. You've got to not drop the left tyre off or the right tyre or hit the car. It's just... Anyway.
It's not hard.
We'll just move on to the next question.
Yes.
One for Chris. Have you ever used a water purification system to use non-treated water? If not, would you consider it?
We do have a filtration system in the van. Are you talking about in the van? Is it in the van?
I guess so.
We have a filtration system in the van, a separate drinking water tank.
And we have a filter on the hose.
Yeah, and we have a filter on the hose too. Is that what we're talking about?
That's not a purification system.
No, we don't have any of that.
Again, if it was my way, yes, every piece of water that went into that van would be purified, because it doesn't.
Yeah. I'm not fussed with it. I just drink anything.
He does.
Literally. I do. I've got an iron stomach. I eat and drink anything, and I'm totally fine.
This one, I don't know if I should. Oh, okay. Who do you use for insurance on your vehicle and van, and why? And what company did you go with to insure the caravan and car? Thanks.
CIL for the van, 100%. They've been amazing for us for a long time. I think they're a great. They're a great company. I know. Insurance is expensive through CIL. I think insurance is expensive for everything at the moment.
And CIL doesn't cover our contents.
No, that's a touchy one.
No one does.
That's a tough one. So any insurance companies out there that are watching it, there is a market for people for their content. The amount of dollars that is sitting in our caravan is computers, camera gear, mountain bikes.
You can insure stuff separately. Like camera gear, you can get insured separately. Yeah. Computers separately. Yeah. Our bikes are insured through the bike company separately, but all of our other contents in there are currently insured for $2,000?
Yeah, it's absurd.
Or
So
something.
I think there's a market for full-time travellers. We all know how much stuff we carry in our vans.
Yeah.
We use sea oil for the van. The truck, I have an amazing insurance broker, who's
Nick.
covered my truck. Yeah, Nick. If you need to know, please zap us a message.
I'll just
Get in
drop a
contact
link.
with us. Yeah, we'll drop a link.
I'll drop a link in the description below of who to get in contact with, because it can be very expensive and very daunting, and a lot of people just flat out say no.
Yeah, we were with Club 4x4 for a long time, but Club 4x4, I think maybe Shannon's and a few of the other people will only cap at 300 grand, and it doesn't even come close to it.
Our truck's over 400, so
just under 400.
To underinsure by $100,000 is just not okay.
Well, it's illegal.
Yeah.
They can't underinsure something. It's just that simple. So it's a tough one. So we'll leave a link below. He's an amazing guy. Our truck is fully insured, and for a great premium, I think the premium is about $6,300 a year, which I'm absolutely over the moon, because
it's less than
a lot
half.
of companies are double that for under 300 grand. So yeah, they're expensive to insure.
Yeah. Okay. So all your questions were related to the truck and van somehow, and mine
Always are.
Mine are usually fitness and cooking related. So let's get stuck into my questions now.
Can I go now?
You have to sit here and listen. So question number 1 for me is, what would you use if you didn't have the weights, kettlebells, etc. to do your exercises? And I did touch on this in last week's episode, and I dropped a whole bunch of videos in about the equipment that I use. Yeah. And like I said last week, there's a little house guest downstairs. That's Luna. I bought booty bands, which are like the exercise bands for upper body and lower body. And I used body weight, and that's pretty much what I
body weight.
I did. I had a couple of 3 kilo dumbbells, but excluding the weights and the kettlebells, I would use body weight, I would use bands, and I've got that slinky hula that I put in last week's episode. So go back to last week and have a look at what equipment that I use, because it is in that episode.
Yeah.
Number 2, that's a really good question, and I don't know how to answer it. Miriam, how do you stay sane while traveling with Chris?
Not that bad.
Jakey boy! Jacob has to come say hi now.
Oh, do I really?
Come on, come and say hello. This is Mr. Jacob. He's a good friend of ours. He's been working at Titanium Caravans forever. That's a nice. He's got a method jacket.
He's actually currently building our 3rd titanium.
Yeah.
Done a wonderful job, Jacob.
Come around here, mate. Come around here.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
He was going to stay downstairs to avoid this, but here he is.
Look at him, mate.
Little Jacob!
Look, we fully pimped him out too. He's got a big dog builds hat. He's got a method jacket on.
He fits right in.
Fully decked out.
Yeah, fully decked out.
So let's see if there's any. Are there any caravanning questions here that we can ask while Jacob's here?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything.
Do you have to pin this on me?
There's actually nothing other than how many pairs of sunglasses do you own? You've seen them. How many do you reckon we own?
I'd say there's roughly 20. Roughly.
20 pairs in our van right now. But yeah, no caravan questions for Jacob because he's off the clock.
Yeah. Finished for the day.
Go cook us some dinner.
So we got...
I'm getting to it.
I'll get to it. And then we're going to watch Hot Rod later.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what question were we at then?
We've got a roommate. It's pretty cool. Okay, so how do I stay sane travelling with Chris? I take breaks and hang out with people like Jacob. That's how I stay sane.
Did anyone ask me how I stay sane? Stay sane? Hanging out with that? No.
Right. No, in all honesty, how do I stay sane? I exercise a lot. People wonder why I work out so much. There you go.
You need that little...
That's my out.
That little bit where you can just go...
And if you see me doing my boxing sessions, you'll know something's going down.
I really peed her off.
Thermomix question. Boing! How do you protect the scales while travelling other than put it in transport mode? Do you put it in a travel bag? So it's always in transport mode. So it doesn't matter if I think I'm going to use it again later or if I'm completely finished with it. It's just second nature for me to go into settings and to put it into transport mode so it gets locked in just in case I don't use it again and I accidentally put it away. So it's always in transport mode and it always travels in its special carry bag. And I have it in the cupboard. We obviously have a cupboard designed to fit the Thermomix, and it sits on one of those...
It's like a little spongy mat as well, just for extra cushioning.
It's a dish drainer mat that you can get from Kmart or wherever, and I've got that in the bottom of the cupboard. So it sits in its Thermomix carry bag on that mat. So I'm very, very careful with the scales in that. And I've never had an issue with it, and we've been travelling...
We've had a few questions about that.
Lots of people.
And people are saying, do you even take them in the caravan? Absolutely you do.
Yeah, we used to have the original original Thermomix, and that came with us everywhere in our other vans and in our first one. And now I've got the middle one, not the latest one, the 5.
You haven't asked for it yet either.
You want to put it in the new van. Oh, the new van's here. That means I get a new Thermomix. Anyhow, moving on to the next question.
I got a new coffee machine then if you...
He wants a new coffee machine now. Anyway. What is your favourite recipe to make in your thermi when you're on the tail end of your water tanks, please? Thanks, guys. Love your videos.
Tail end of your water tanks?
So that's a bad question for us.
Yeah.
Because we are usually never in the tail end of our water tanks. We've got a lot of water, so I don't ever have to...
We have 500 litres in the current van, and the new one, I believe, is going to have 570 litres of water. So
much water.
If you're asking how we wash stuff and how we save water, we don't.
So I don't really have an answer for that, but the one thing that I will say is not sourdough. I don't make sourdough in the Thermomix if we have to be careful with water because that takes a lot of water to clean.
Yep.
So anything else is just normal.
Yep.
And then the next one was, what are your favourite Thermomix recipes and how do you store your recipes? And that's a really good question because I used to have hundreds and hundreds of recipe books. I've only got about 15 that I brought with me.
Yep.
Every recipe that I find, whether it's online or someone sends it to me or it's in a book, I take it and I put it into my Paprika app. I will drop a link to that below. It is the best app on the planet.
Isn't that a herb?
Paprika, it is, yes. Well done.
Thank you.
So I store everything in the Paprika app. It just makes it really easy to access when we're offline as well. And I will list my favourite recipes for you that I make in the Thermomix. Zucchini fritters, sweet corn and chicken soup, pumpkin soup, the Thermomix Too Easy chicken curry. He likes that one. That's just in the original Thermomix cookbook. Tuna lasagna. Don't knock it until you try it. It's really good.
It's actually really good, yeah.
Skinny mixes. I use a lot of their recipes.
What's skinny mixes?
They do Thermomix recipes.
Oh, okay.
Skinny mixes chunky bolognese. Spag bowl is really nice because it's like,
now.
you know how when you cook mince in a thermi and you cook it in the bowl and it kind of pulverizes the mince? This one, the spag bowl, is cooked in the basket and it comes out really chunky. It's really nice. Coconut and vanilla rice pudding is one of my favourites too, even though it's rice and we don't eat a lot of that. It's a special one. Same with the cookadoo, sago and custard pudding. That's also carbs, so I don't eat that a lot, but it's really good.
So there you go.
So there you go, favourite recipes for Thermomix. And question number 6, I was a bit flattered by this one.
Oh,
what
really?
skincare do you use? Your skin always looks so radiant. It's like, thank you. And I've actually just started...
It's called the softening setting in this Sony camera.
Softening setting in the Sony. It's got like a face...
It actually has got a setting.
It's got a face smoothing setting and it's really good when it works, but it takes a while to kick in. So you'll see my skin just looking all normal and then all of a sudden it looks perfect and I'm like, oh no.
I have it on extra strong when you're filming me.
Truth versus
so
reality.
So don't see all my wrinkles and stuff. So,
yeah, it smooths us out. So when you see us looking really young, it's actually just the Sony.
Yeah.
No,
when you meet us in person, you'll understand we look 70, okay?
My skincare is really, really basic. I usually take my makeup off with one of those cloths that you use water with and then you kind of just rinse it out. But when we are watching our water, I use... wipes to take it off with. But I've always used natural organic products. And when we were in Broome at the market, I actually found a company at the, what's it called? The Moon? Staircase to the Moon.
Staircase to the Moon
Night markets that night. And it's called the Planetarians. And I bought their Kakadu Plum serum, which has got the highest concentration of vitamin C, and my skin has never felt more insane. And I've messaged them and had a chat with them, and I've actually just become their new ambassador. So their products are unbelievable, and yeah, if you can actually eat them. They're so good you can eat them. They're perfectly natural. They're amazing for the skin. So that's the skincare that I use, the Planetarians. And I don't know, just the more natural the better, I guess.
And I think when all those wipes and stuff run out, we go outside, and I went to Bunnings and I got this new awesome hose fitting, and it's got like a super sharp jet, and I just strap her in and I just blast her face and it just gets it all off. Because we don't have a water problem, see?
Oh my goodness. Rightio. That's all the questions for me. I kept it kind of short.
Oh, is that it?
Yep, I'm keeping it short this week.
We have us questions now.
It went on for ages. So now these are questions for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Both. Although this is, I guess it's kind of both. You have a pretty flash setup. How do you deal with the dirt and dust, and tips to keep everything clean, interior and exterior? So Chris can do the exterior.
I have slackened off a lot, as you guys know. If you've been following me for ages, I love keeping everything clean and looking after things.
Sometimes
sometimes you just have to grin and bear it. The interior of the car is pretty easy. It's not that difficult to clean, and we really try to. If we're on a dirt road, we pull up and we just wait. Wait, are you looking at my hair?
Yeah, I was looking at your hair in there and I'm like, does it look...
Is there something in my hair?
Oh, I don't
know.
I don't know.
Leave it. We wait and don't open the doors till the dust is gone, and we don't...
Yeah.
We just be careful. The external of the car, mate, I just grin and bear it now. I just literally... It is what it is. I've learned to sort of live with it now. I did touch on it previously a while... Last video, what products do you use and how do you clean? Yeah.
So watch that last one for all the details on that. But basically, he likes to keep on top of it. He doesn't let it build up
Yeah.
too much.
Maintaining as
Yeah.
opposed to, just
You do
a
have
nightmare.
This is me listening to Chris because I don't care, I don't clean it. But he says if you don't keep on top of it, it will actually
It just stains.
It will stain,
It
and then you
stains,
won't be able to get it off.
Especially the Chevys, the chassis and all underneath have got like a wax coating on there for. They spray a lot of salt on the roads in America to break up the ice. So it's got a wax coating on there. So literally dust and dirt just sticks to it like it's crazy. So every now and then I'll give it a really good clean under there. Then I'll use a silicone spray under it. Like the old motocross days, you silicone spray your bike. Everything sticks to it really easily, but as soon as you hose it, it all just falls off because it's stuck to the silicone. So.
And again, they're slick as coated, PPF coating on the truck, and the Vantech.
Yep,
so
Vantech
it's
as well,
all makes it so much easier.
Which is basically like a ceramic coating. On
kind of
everything
prevents
as well,
staining, helps prevent scratching, and makes it easier to clean.
Yep.
So again, a little bit of preparation goes a long way. Yep. So Vantech, does that go inside the showers and stuff too?
I think they can do it interior.
Yeah,
as well.
so that helps make it easier to clean. Clean
I would suggest if you're building a new van and if your manufacturer is up for it, get it wrapped, get it clear wrapped. It just makes it so much easier.
And the
clean.
windows too.
Yeah, actually windows.
To stop
100%
the
windows. Yeah, because the windows scratch really easy.
Yeah, and cleaning interior, I have. I bought a couple of packets. They're called e-cloths, and they're infused with silver, so they're antibacterial.
Can we sell them? To pay for our next setup.
Silver. So I've got one for the windows, one for the bathroom, like a blue one that I use. I wipe the shower down. Every time I take a shower, Chris doesn't do it, but I do. Every time I shower, I squeegee it and give it a quick wipe down because it makes it easier to do little bits of cleaning rather than one big clean. And it's the same whenever we pack up to leave a location, I clean all the window frames, all the benches and everything, and then I give it a once over again when we get to where we're going.
It's just part of that maintaining.
So do you need to do that? No, but I like to do that. So
we're pretty clean. We like to look after our gear. You know, like I've said 1,000 times, it's friggin' expensive gear. You got to look after it, mate.
Look after it.
Yeah.
So basically, I use e-cloths in the van, and I don't use a lot of chemicals, but I do have those cleaning wipes, and that's how I clean the floor. I get down and clean the floor, especially when we're in the outback. I just can't deal with dirty floor. And I've got an issue because Chris goes outside barefoot and comes inside barefoot and just brings all the dirt inside. So when I take... Yes, you do. So when I take my shower, I'll get out of the shower and I'll stand on my little bath mat and I'll get my wipes out and I'll clean the bathroom floor after I've had my shower. And quite often I'll be still naked after the shower cleaning the floor in the van.
It's a good look. I like it.
But yeah, so
maybe that's why I do it. Maybe it's a plan.
I like to keep the floor clean. So I use wipes to clean the floor. Every now and again, Chris comes in with a bucket and I
use hot water, really hot water, and the sponge from the car and some disinfectant. I give it a really good once over.
That's our deep clean, I guess. But like every second day, maybe I'm pedantic, but every second day I'll clean it with...
Yeah, but the problem is if you don't clean it, it just gets everywhere.
Gross.
It gets on the couch, it gets on the sheets.
And who wants to take a shower and come out with your clean feet and get dirty again?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're clean. We like to keep clean.
E-cloths infused with silver is how I do everything except the floor, which has, wipes.
Yeah.
Have you two ever disagreed to travel to a place only to say, okay, it was worth it? Have we ever been somewhere we didn't want to go and then found out it was actually really good?
I don't think so. Oh! We don't listen to any... what's it called? Reviews on all these apps and what people say. We go there, we judge it for ourselves. So
we don't really have expectations.
I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember any place that we've gone and we've gone,
this was good.
This was good or this wasn't good. I just think it's just...
There have been heaps of places we've gone to that we thought it was going to be amazing. It's been terrible, but that's because of the weather.
Yeah, true.
So, no, we don't really have
not really, no.
The fan above your bed, what brand and do you like it? They are both Sirocco fans.
Sirocco fans are great. Sirocco fans are brilliant. They're the best on the market by far.
They're quiet.
Yeah.
They swivel all the way around. They're easy to replace.
Pull apart, clean easily.
Easy to clean.
Yeah. Sirocco fans, number one fan. Number one. I'm a number one fan.
And this next question, no. Do you ever fight, disagree on things and so on?
Never.
We have a perfect relationship.
We're perfect. We're beautiful.
Never. No sarcasm at all in that
Of course
answer.
we do. Yeah, of course we do. Everyone does.
We do. We probably fight more than most people because we're both very stubborn. We're both very pig-headed and neither of us backs down. Except when I just decide it's easier to say okay and then...
Or when I get the chainsaw out, then she really backs down.
All right, next one. I don't know why we keep getting this question. It boggles my brain.
Here we go.
Hi, do you have kids? Yes, we have 4 children.
4 children. 4 amazing children.
We do. Chris has a son and a daughter, and I have a son and a daughter. My son turned 27 2 days ago. My daughter is turning 18 in November. Chris's son turned 18 in May, and Chris flew back to Brisbane from WA for that.
July.
Oh, July.
That would be July.
What did I say, May? July?
Don't know. My birthday's May.
Oh, gosh.
And then we have Ayla, who's the youngest.
Yeah,
she's 16.
Well,
just about to get a license. So we cannot wait. In 2.5 weeks, we launch our caravan and we're hightailing it up, and we're spending 5 or 6 weeks with them on the Gold Coast. So we're super excited.
The 2, Chris's son and my daughter, are both graduating year 12.
Yep, and they both want to go to their graduation, I think, in the truck.
Oh, my daughter wants to
go
in
GM,
my
please.
son's ute.
Please, Brit, if you're watching, can we please have a Corvette? Please.
Corvette? Why not? Next question is, how long do you see yourselves travelling? Indefinitely, really?
This is our life. This is our
love
home
it.
on the road. We love it.
We might eventually get a home base, but we're not going to stop travelling.
No, we are doing our little plots around the place, but
plots of land.
We're travelling. We're travelling.
Number 7. Now, we do get asked this a lot, and I deliberately skip it, and I don't put it into these questions, and we don't talk about it because we can't answer it. And it is approximate weekly living costs, excluding truck and van repayments.
Oh, we don't have car, van, and truck repayments.
We don't have repayments on the van.
We
and the
don't
truck.
have any repayments. Living. Oh my god, it changes so much.
We don't
on
keep
what we're
track
doing.
of it because it's just we don't need to do that.
Last week, for instance, we drove 4,000 kilometres. So
how many times did you fill the tank up that
$500
one
bucks
day?
a tank. We get about with the van on, we'd probably get 600 k's odd. So that gets expensive.
So
That's an extremely expensive.
Yeah,
trip.
we don't have an approximate, and we don't really care. Like it
is what it is. We just live.
It is what it is. We spend. It's like when you're in a house. Like you spend what you spend to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And obviously we are careful with our money.
Yeah.
We're not extravagant with our money. We know what we've got, but we don't have a budget, and we don't even know approximately what it is because it varies so much. Someone actually messaged us today and said, "What's your approximate fuel?" And I said, it's between $400 and $500 a tank.
A tank of fuel.
Because I don't know, like one day we drive 1,000 kilometers, and the next day we drive none.
Yeah, we can spend 2 weeks not driving at all, or just doing some odd little running around. But as opposed to just doing 4,000 kilometers in 5 days, that's an expensive week. But
so we don't have an approximate.
Yeah.
Number 8. This is a good one. I probably should have prepared. Where would be the most underrated town/area you've been to so far?
Underrated.
Something that is unreal that we were not expecting to be.
Oh man.
We heard that Oodnadatta, the Pink Roadhouse.
Well, we've just seen a few videos of people saying, don't bother. Don't even bother going through there.
Don't bother going there. It's no good. And I'm not going to tell you that it was wow, it was incredible. But we really enjoyed our time.
It's one of those iconic places that you just need to go to.
Yeah, the Roadhouse was cool, the pub, the little museum. Like it wasn't, definitely wasn't like, oh my gosh. But we were...
Underrated. Man.
We've heard terrible things about Coober Pedy as well. And I love it. It's one of my favourite little quirky towns in Australia.
I can't answer that. I really can't.
Because again, we don't really pay attention to people's opinions. So
yeah, I can't answer it. I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I can't answer it.
Number 9 is how many pairs of sunglasses do you own? Yeah, we have a lot of sunglasses.
Thanks to Heatwave, they're legends.
So, we actually we do a bit of work with Heatwave.
Yep.
And whenever they release new sunnies, they send them our way to try them out, and have a play with and stuff. So I'd say we do have probably about 30 pairs between us.
I don't know, lots.
We love our sunglasses.
Lots. Well, we're in the sun every day. You need them.
Yeah.
We're not in an office every day, so.
No. Final question. For either of us or both of us, do you think there are more people travelling now than pre-COVID? It seems busier. So the answer is without a doubt,
100%. 100% yes.
Yeah.
I think it's backed off a little now. I think since COVID is all done and dusted, I think it's backed off a little, but it's still way busier than pre-COVID.
It hasn't dropped back as much as everyone was predicting when overseas travel opened up again. Everyone thought, all the vans will be up for sale and everyone will head overseas. There's still a huge demand for the top quality vans.
Top quality vans. I think a lot of the cheaper vans, I think you'll start seeing a lot on the market.
Yeah, you are seeing a lot of the cheaper caravans on the market, but titaniums are still in high demand. Like, what's the weight? Do you know what the weight is for that?
I don't know what the weight is, but orders are still through the roof. I think obviously titanium is an enthusiast brand and a top dollar brand, top quality. So you'll always get those sales through, but I think a lot of the cheaper brands, they will suffer in sales, I think, a little. But yes, it has died off a little, but it's still out of control.
It's still ridiculously busy. You still have to book, and we don't like booking.
Yeah. Depends where you are,
Like school holidays, weekends, and those sort of places are out of control now.
That's the most difficult thing in what we do, school holidays. We
try and find family or friends or somewhere we can just hide out for that, because it's...
Or go totally off-grid, somewhere really off-grid.
Yeah, and something that we're seeing a lot more of now, and especially since COVID's kind of given people a bit of a kick up the bum, is families. Or our families travelling. So there are a lot more families.
So many families travelling.
With younger children on the road now.
It's awesome seeing it. We love it. It's unreal.
Yeah, it is good to see. But yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, a lot going on.
A lot more out there these days.
Yeah.
So,
And so we should see a lot more of it. It's amazing. It's
no,
an amazing
it's terrible.
lifestyle.
Stop doing it. We don't like booking, and we don't want anyone else on the road.
It's terrible. Yeah,
Caravanning is not the lifestyle.
No, not at all. It's horrible. I think it's awesome. Get out there. If you're not doing it, get out there, make a plan. Get out there and enjoy it. It's beautiful. Beautiful people.
Beautiful country.
It's awesome.
Lots to see, lots to do.
Lots to see. I mean, we know so many people who don't move from their suburb or their town for 30 years.
I am from Launceston, Tasmania, in case you didn't know that. And when I lived there, I grew up in South America, so I'm not like a small town girl, but I was born in Launceston and I did grow up there. And there are so many people in Launceston who don't even go to Hobart, 2 hours away, and vice versa.
Yep.
And how many people live in Tasmania that have not left Tasmania boggles my brain.
Get out there.
There is so much to see in Australia. Get out of your state, or even start by exploring your state. Start by exploring your state, because when I lived in Tassie, I didn't do a whole lot of exploring, and we're going back down again for 3 months, and there are places I still haven't seen, and I'm from there.
Yeah, and we've done it twice too.
Start with your own backyard, and then just get out there. There are so many incredible things to see, and we were just saying, I think yesterday, it's hard to believe we're in the same country as we were 2.5 weeks ago in the Kimberley.
Yeah.
Down to here in Victoria, it is
polar opposites, like polar cold.
So polar cold, yes. Yeah.
Anyway,
that wraps up this episode.
Yep, it does. It does.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank
you
for watching.
so much, guys. We appreciate it.
Thanks for all your questions, and stay tuned for next week, where we will come at you from probably the same couch.
Probably. We could come. No, we can't come at you from our new caravan.
Oh, it won't be revealed yet.
It won't be ready yet.
It'll be a few days.
But stay tuned for that next Saturday the 23rd.
Saturday the 23rd. Yeah.
We may do a live. I don't know. We may do a live on our socials. I don't know. We haven't even thought about it.
We don't know how we're going to do that yet, because we are kind of doing a lot of meet and greets. If you are in the area, Saturday the 23rd, 595 Edgars Road in Epping is where Titanium's new dealership is.
And it is amazing dealership. You went to see this place.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah, really cool.
Far out. You should buy a Titanium just to get the experience at the new dealership.
The whole entire Titanium family will be there. It's going to be an amazing
GM's going to be there too.
GM's going to be there. Oh man.
Silverados, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing. So anyway, we better stop blubbering on. We've got to go have some dinner. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for all the questions. It's awesome. We love this series. We love answering questions.
We do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because as always, goes such a long way to supporting our content creation. Leave us the comments, because we love it.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.